Welcome to DBT GA4 Setup, User Properties and Other Settings. I'm Damon. In this lesson, we're going to configure user properties, configure session properties, and configure conversions. And finally, we're going to exclude query parameters from your reports. Let's jump right in.
Now that we have staging models for our recommended events and custom events, we just need to clean up a few final settings. So first, the DBT GA4 GitHub documentation contains all of this. So first, this query parameter exclusion runs after UTMs get processed, and it's just there to clean up your URLs so you can use it without affecting attribution. And then you just add it to vars GA4. And let's clean up our UTMs. UTM source, UTM medium, UTM campaign. There are more. And then all of these query parameters will then get cleaned up off of your URLs. And that's how you clean query parameters. Now we've covered custom parameters, user properties. So here we go into Tag Manager, generate lead event. User property is lead, value true. So we want to, let's go grab this. So it's a var block user property, vars GA4. Just paste in here. We don't need that. So we're nested under GA4, user properties, and user property name is lead, and that's a string value. So the user properties have the same values as custom parameters, the same options. So make sure you're mapping the correct value type when configuring your user properties. And then these user properties then get sent to the user table that is generated in the package. So you can see here models. So in our marts, dim GA4 dim GA4 client keys, fact GA4 client keys, and fact GA4 user IDs. Now, derived user properties are, you can create a user property from an event. So if an event has a specific parameter, then it gets added to our user table. So this is a package only way of creating user properties, and we also have that for sessions as well. So you can here look at the example. So page location, use your most recent page location. So, and then our conversion events, this is one's important to get. So we'll go here. We don't need the vars GA4. Conversion event, I want purchase, and generate lead as my conversion events. There, and we've already covered all of this, and that is all of the basic settings that you need. So query parameters, user properties, and conversion events are the main ones, but then you can also have derived user properties and derived session properties, and those are BigQuery only, so they don't reflect what is in your GA4 interface, but they let you create session and user properties after the fact. Next we're going to start creating data marts. So far we're only staging models. So next we're going to jump in and do some data marts. Let's recap the variables that we looked at. Query parameter exclusions is used to exclude query parameters. User properties with user property name and value type registers user properties, while derived user properties uses event parameter, user property name, and value type. Derived session parameter uses either an event property or user property, and session property name and value type. And finally, conversion events is just a list of event names. I'll see you in the next lesson.